Hi guys, and welcome to episode 19 of Game Chat. With me today we have Kate.
Hi.
And Sam.
Hey.
And we're doing it through Skype because we're all in lockdown basically because of COVID-19.
Don't say those words.
A dreaded virus. So basically we're just going to talk about all the games we've been playing over the last month because there's a lot of them. And I think we're going to lead with Resi 3 Remake. That's right with you guys?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. So I literally just finished this game. It came out Friday, which was, as of recording this, yesterday. I've
was it
literally,
out?
I've scummed it for 2 days.
I heard the main criticism was that it is not very long.
It is short, but okay, I remember you saying the original game's short.
I feel like the original game was quite short, so I don't know what people like. I get when they say remakes, like they think it's going to be drastically different, but if they're not going to remake everything, they still got to kind of keep the canon the same, so they can't add much in.
Yeah.
It's a remaster when they add a load of stuff in it, but a remake is
No,
literally
well,
you get what you get.
No, so up
I'd
the
say it's the
opposite
other way
way.
around.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But it's, I mean, it's not as good. You wouldn't say it's as high a level as Resi 2. I mean, it's the same systems and game, basically. It's the same engine.
Mm-hmm.
Everything happens the same. The only differences are it seems very much more faster paced.
Fast paced.
More action paced, which Resi's gone that way before and not necessarily worked for a lot of people. Resi 5 and
that's Call of Duty. That was Call of Duty.
It was Call of Duty.
But I feel like this one's done it in a way that has worked really well. It like still feels classic Resi in terms of like I say classic Resi. Like it still feels like Resi 2, but it's just more faster paced. And I really enjoyed it. I think they've made a decent amount of changes to the story, Kate, which might interest you. I'm not going to go into massive spoilers, but there's a few changes.
When Resi 2 Remake was coming, I was counting down the seconds, and like they dropped Resi 3 and everyone was losing it, and I was just kind of like, and it came out, and I was like, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to play it. I don't
personally think you should.
Jill, I just. I will get around to playing it. I just don't feel the need to play it like right now. And is it true they've put down the ending to just one ending?
There's one ending, and I feel like they're doing this for a very clear purpose. If they want to make a new Resi canon without any of these
new universe,
different endings, different like ways the games could go. I think this connects to Resi 2 in a hell of a lot of ways. Like, obviously, because it's in the same city, it's still in Raccoon City. It's set. The first half of the game is set just before Resi 2, and before Leon and Chris, Leon and Claire get there, and then the second half of the game's basically just after that.
Yeah.
But the little connections that they do to the actual remake in terms of like certain characters, I won't go into spoilers, but it's really impressive how it feels like you're in the same world at a similar time, and you feel like you could come across maybe Leon or Claire like just by accident. But
I was gonna say, is Leon in it? Because if Leon's in it, I'll leave and I'll play it right now.
There's many hints to the characters from second game, which is really cool. I feel like with this, they've got an idea about where they want to go after this, and I feel like we're gonna see a lot more Jill than we did initially in Resident Evil with. What was it, 5, where she was the weird spider thing on her chest? Yeah. A lot of people didn't like that. I personally didn't, and I liked Jill before this, but I feel like the Jill in this game is a lot better as well. She's a lot more badass, and she ain't got time for no one's shit. Like, she's a badass bitch, and she's every time she kills anyone, she's always coming out with one line.
Does she still say that she's the master of lockpicking?
No, she hasn't said that. Unless like she says it somewhere where I haven't been or something.
No, but do you pick locks?
Yeah, you still pick locks.
Yeah, because that was her jam, wasn't it?
That's still your thing. Like, and there's still a lot of not as much in 2, but a lot of backtracking. which is good, like classic Resi, where you go because you switch between Carlos and Jill in the game, as opposed to like playing Claire and Leon 2 separate campaigns. It's all one campaign. You just switch at certain.
I personally think that is how they should have handled too.
I agree.
Because I don't see the point in now when we know the correct canon. I don't see the point in remaking the scenario for the canon that doesn't count. I don't see the point in that. They should have condensed it into one game, had it as it would have been a long game, but it's okay, and took away the parts that are not relevant. It would have made the story make more sense, because when you do the alternative A's and B's, sometimes it's just a bit like things don't quite add up.
Like, that was my only issue with 2, that some of the things, like certain characters were like either died in different ways, or like it was just really weird. Like it didn't all marry up to 1. I thought that's how they were.
The main thing with 2 is just Ada. It was how Ada like dies. So they could have just got rid of the other one.
I do feel like 3 flows a lot better because of the way they do it, but I do feel like you're missing a lot of key moments for like what Carlos will be doing while Jill's doing this. I do feel like you're missing those, and I feel like there's some parts where they could fill with DLC. Maybe
it doesn't matter, because you'll never see Carlos again.
No, yeah, you say that. You say that, but I feel like they're setting up Carlos to be a bigger character in the future. Even though he's got stupid hair. I hate his hair. It's the worst thing in the game. That's the worst problem I have with the game is his hair. It's the worst thing ever. He's got too much hair, and it's stupid.
You hate him because you can't be him.
I've got to be him, and his hair bugged me. Like, it's just crazy. It like reacts to the wind really weirdly. It goes mental, and he's got so much of it. And I don't like his design. He just looks a bit weird. And he's a proper bro dude as well. Like.
You dude, bro.
Chad. Proper Chad.
Dude. Yeah, proper dude, bro. But it gets a lot better throughout the game. But
how did you find the Nemesis?
Oh, he's right there at the start, like, straight away.
Oh, really?
He's on you, like, straight away, and he will not leave you alone. He was in my opinion, he was a lot scarier at the start of the game, because he's like running after you and stuff, but like once certain things happen, he gets a lot less threatening, even though it's supposed to be the other way around. But I think that's just yeah. I mean, you have a lot better weapons by the end of the game anyway, so you can deal with them a lot better.
I feel like Mr. X, he's not scary, he's annoying.
I know, he was scary.
Like, you're trying to get stuff done, and you're just like, oh my god, he's back again. Whereas, obviously, I haven't played but the original, like, playing 3, the Nemesis was, like, the worst thing. And it was terrifying. And, like, you knew he was going to come. You were waiting for him. He'd, like, bust through the walls in front of you and stuff. And it was really, really scary. You think they've lost a bit of that?
I say they have that, like, matter of, like, urgency of getting away from him and all that for, like, half the game, maybe 3/4. And then it kind of dies down towards the latter part of the game because of certain things happening, and how he's not the same as he is at the start of the game. He gets more powerful but less
scary,
chasey, if you know what I mean.
That's what they do. They change.
I didn't know that originally. He's a tyrant that's been mutated.
Yeah, he's bred. His one mission is to hunt the stars.
Yeah,
as you probably like.
Yeah. And he succeeds a lot. Still say it all the time. Apart from yeah, he says it a few times, not as much as you'd think.
You would have thought.
Killing the meme.
I know 100% there's a couple of story changes that will interest UK, but I'm not going to go into spoilers. But that's why you should definitely play it.
Well, if it takes like 6 hours, like people are saying,
6.5 hours. And I want to. To be fair, I want to play it again because I feel like I got a C ranking at the end, and I was not happy with this. But it's because there's like one bit where I was just dying all the time, and the issue was I was like being surrounded by like a good like 10 zombies. There was a lot more zombies in this game as opposed to 2. They're a lot more spread out in 2, but because this is more action based and you have a dodge as opposed to before where you can do anything out about it pretty much, but you can dodge, and it kind of gives you a slow-mo moment where you can get a decent amount of headshots on some zombies. some people might not like that. I thought it was good, but it's very hard to master in time. But when the problem is if you get attacked by zombies, they have this like animation where you got to tap A or X to get out, and then they throw you, or you push them away, and then you fall back. But then because I was surrounded by like 10 zombies, I was literally being thrown from one to the next, and it just kept killing me until when I finally did it, I just literally got there and then just dropped a grenade at my feet, and it didn't kill me, but it killed everyone else. But yeah, that's I think that brought my death count quite high because I died about 12 times doing it.
I would be interested to see the reaction if you're saying it's quite action based.
Yes, very.
It'd be interesting to see if, because this is a remake of 3, everyone applauds it, whereas when newer games have come out and they're action based, everyone was like, this is not correct.
You say that, a lot of people are hating on it currently.
Well, I feel like it being more action based, it would be more approachable. Like more inviting new people to get into it.
It's got a lot less puzzles than Resi 2. Because Resi 2 you had all the keys and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
In this one there's a lot less of them, but I as much as I enjoy the puzzles, like they're not my favourite bit of the game, so I don't really mind that.
Mate, don't chat shit about puzzles in games. You know that's my favourite part.
There is still some.
People.
And as you do find yourself retreading from familiar ground from the second game with those certain keys. And that's what my favourite section of the game, when you revisit where you were into, basically.
Question: did you get to see a picture of Jill's dog?
Maybe I missed it in the stars office. I don't know. You start off in her bedroom at the start of the game. And it's weird, it starts in first person, but only for like a good 5 minutes. But I feel like they're trying to mix 7 and 3 style in a way.
Do you think they will continue on with this new sort of canon? Do you think this is the reboot? Do you think they're doing a, like, you know, when they try, I say try. I don't even know try is the right word. Do you know, remember when they made DMC? And they were like, it's not a reboot. But it kind of was, but everyone hated it, so they went back to the old canon. Yeah. Do you think this is a sneaky attempt at a reboot?
I feel
in a reboot.
It's a slight reboot, but in a reboot in the sense that they're trying to keep the majority of what people like the same. But I think they're just trying to fix the mistakes they made. And you know what? It's working so far. Like 2 and 3, what I've played. I mean, 3 I don't think will be my game of the year, just simply because of the amount of games that are coming out this year. To be fair, if they actually do, with this everything going on, so maybe not. But like, this is like just as good as 2, but just shorter. That's my only issue with it, really. But I'll be interested to see where they go from this. Whether if they remake 4, that's a difficult thing to do, because that's the one that everybody loves.
Don't touch 4.
I lose a piece of my soul every time there's like, they're thinking about remaking 4, and I'm like, no. But you can't improve on perfection.
I feel like that they will, because
they won't.
I think as much as everyone loves 4 and it's an amazing game, I think some people think that it took away from Umbrella, because Umbrella was done by then. You know what I mean? And I feel like they want to continue the Umbrella story on a bit more. You
know what that is, folks? That is a classic example of someone who's never played the game.
I've played 4.
Talking about the game. Wesker's in it, bro. Wesker's in it.
But Wesker's not in 2 or 3.
But like, he's.
I feel like Wesker will be involved
in the scenes.
Yeah, but I think
nobody really likes Umbrella. Everyone just likes Wesker.
No, but when they started moving on for Umbrella, which that's when it started. Like, I feel like people want to see about. Oh, well, I know I do, but on Reddit, there's a lot of people who want to see a lot more Umbrella being more involved, like in the later games. So I feel like they're gonna. Well, it's kind of coming back to Umbrella.
Capcom's like threw together Blue Umbrella now to appease them all.
That's what I'm saying. I think a lot of they'll go from 3, they'll do 4, but they will slightly make it more Umbrella involved, rather than Mr. Salazar with his freaky village. I think it will still have that, but I think they'll alter it slightly, like they've done with these 2 games.
Wesker sends Ada there to collect the samples because they want to emulate the Plagueis, and that's where Ouroboros comes from.
But they haven't finished dealing with the zombie outbreak
in the start of 5.
Have they? Haven't really finished dealing with Umbrella at that point.
Because
but like when? Because if that's the case, there's a massive gap between 3 and 4 where nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there shouldn't be. I think that's what they're saying. I think they want to fill that gap. You know what I mean? Because
3.5.
I think they'll do 4. They might do games in between because I feel like they're setting up another Joel game. But I think they'll completely fuck off 5. I don't think 5 is going to exist.
They should. 5 does not deserve to be in the canon.
5, I think they'll in turn through that they'll fuck off 6, but do more games with those.
I like part 6.
Yeah, but it needs 5 to kind of happen, I guess. So it's like if they fuck off 5, they got to fuck off 6 as well.
Well, if they're going for a single canon now, maybe they'll stream it and make it. I feel 5 is the only one they could touch when no one would know if they change the gameplay. Yeah,
they tried to make it differently.
I don't think they'll do 5. But I don't think they'll do Resi 5 remake. I think they'll just after 4, just carry on after that with different Resi games. I don't think they'll do Resi 5 remake, Resi 6 remake. I think they just can call them something different.
5 was an attempt.
Tiny story. It should be in Tiny Story after 4.
I agree.
They marketed 5 like they were saying, like, we're going to make fear in the daytime, like we're going to change it up, but they were still claiming it was going to be scary, and it wasn't. You can't be scared.
That was how they do action Resi in the wrong way. So
that's the thing, like, the more readily available you make the weapons, like the less scary it becomes. And I use a stun rod a lot in 5. Was it a stun rod? It was something. I don't know. I've only played it once. I'll never play it again.
Same.
So I like
the one I actually played was the bad one.
I tend to favour the melee weapons. Like in number 4, I use my knife a lot. So like it's what you make it. And I suppose it depends on what you're scared of as well.
I do think with this, the Rosie's going in a different direction to what they did before. And I think that with 7 as well, it can set up 7, because 7 didn't really take into account much in terms of previous story, did it really?
It did. There was a lot of Easter eggs, with a lot of references for like the hardcore fans. If you knew what, like, if you knew what you were looking for, there was stuff there, but
nothing they couldn't just fit into the new canon. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
I feel like that's the way they're going to go about it. I reckon before they do 4, they'll do possibly Code Veronica. I want them to go and do 0 and 1 in this style.
They could have mixed them 2 together.
Yeah.
Because
people are saying they should have put 3 and 2 together, to be honest. Because that's how it is. They probably should.
Yeah, what they could have done is they could have sold it as a DLC.
Yeah, people are saying that.
Because if you don't mind me asking, how much did you pay for that game?
50 quid.
Did you feel like you got your money's worth?
Not with the single player, but I'm yet to play Resistance. If Resi Resistance is good, then yeah. But to be fair though, like, it's an amazing game, and like I've paid 50 quid for games that are short and amazing, and I've been happy with it. But it's just like, I don't know. If it was just a story, I'd feel like maybe it should have been like 40
longer.
No, like £40. Like, and maybe £50. It should have been longer, really. But with Resistance, I don't know if that ends up being a good like packing on it, then I'm fine with that.
I wouldn't mind them remaking 4 if they were going to do it justice, but it's whether or not they will.
I think they will.
Like,
they know.
4 is my favourite game. Like, it's not my favourite Resi game. It's my favourite game. I own it on everything. I've played it over and over again. So like, I'm excited that they might change it up, but at the same time, like, what if they make it like worse? What if they do something to it and they kill it? I don't
think they will. I think they know that people love that game. Like, not just Resi fans, like everybody loves that game. Like, they know. I think they'll take their time with that one. I think that's why they did Resi 3 now, because they're saving Resi 4 for PS4, maybe for PS5 maybe, or new Xbox.
It'll be the game where they're the most scared to touch because of the fan base. So
it's because of me. It's just me. I'll be outside knocking on the door like, excuse me.
I think that's why they'll take their time. Don't do that. They'll have a team working on that for a while, but they'll probably get another team working on Code Veronica and all the others before that, and then move on to that.
I think it's a good, if they do remake it, I think they can add a bit more to Leon.
Yeah.
A little bit more, because he's got like they realise now that he's the best character ever made, and they gave him all the movies, and they give him a little they give him like an interesting arc.
He is the poster boy though.
No, because everyone just can't. You're still holding on to Chris. Everyone's like, Chris is the face of Resident Evil. Like, mate, he's not.
Nobody
it's
Leon. It's Leon to me. Like, especially now after the remake.
I feel like it's been Leon for a couple of years though, because like I never got into Resi as a kid, but like the first person I knew of Resident Evil was Leon.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know nothing about it. I knew about Leon. I didn't even know it was from Resi.
Yeah.
But
in number 4, like he's a little bit funny and all that, and like he's a bit cocky, but then obviously I'm not gonna get into this because I could literally talk about this for like 4 hours. But like he's had such an interesting arc, and he's got so much more deeper. And I feel that they could put a bit more in 4. They could add a little bit more to him in 4. Because I love him.
I think they'll spend their time on that, and that'll be the best one.
My Leon Shrine is just like over there.
I just want Gangster Leon to be in it. That's all.
Oh yeah,
I think that skin will probably 100% be there.
Oh, I'll try and do that.
If it's not, we've been robbed. If we can't see that skin in like next gen 4K on my TV, I'll feel robbed.
And armored Ashley. I love that.
Oh, God. I kind of don't want Ashley in it, but I feel like she has to be.
She has to be.
that tests how good that game was, though, because those escort missions were
so
brutal.
annoying.
That's why they got rid of her at every point they could.
That's why that game is so good, though. It's like even regardless about the worst part, probably in gaming history, like the escort missions, it's still such a good game.
But yeah, that's Resi. I think it was definitely good, but just a bit short's my issue with it. But it doesn't make it any less of a great game.
I'm not trying to call you out, but what difficulty did you play it on?
Standard.
Standard. Okay.
After you die a few times, it's hilarious because it's like, do you want to have assisted mode on? I'm
yeah.
Like, no, I'm not a scrub. Thank you very much.
so that is like when you start the game, that's the lowest difficulty you can play.
No, you can go straight to assisted if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You give you a machine gun straight away at the start of the game. So I wouldn't do that because I feel like that ruins the whole gathering your weapons kind of thing. But and it gives you a load of ammo, which that's the whole point, like conserving ammo in this kind of thing. But I think it's funny that I saw someone else playing on Xbox earlier, and it says you're playing on assisted mode, so it's calling people out as well, saying you're playing on bitch mode.
A lot of people that I know who play Resident Evil 2, they've gone back and they've done all the difficulties and all that, like to get you can get like the unlimited machine gun, like rocket launchers and all this and that. So I feel like they kind of it's short, but they'll probably be like, oh yeah, but you can do another run and you can get like a better grade. And
there's a store in the main menu where after finishing it, you can kind of like buy upgrades and stuff, and there's different ways you can go through the levels. So yeah, they do that, but
like replayability.
There's less of an incentive when it's not like you're not playing as like a different character and have different things like in 2.
Yeah.
I might try to do it again because, like I said, I want to.
Can you give us a quick? So, what is the difference between Jill and Carlos now? Like, what is a weapon set? What's a skill set?
So Jill, you start with a handgun.
Mm-hmm.
You can get a shotgun, obviously, and that's my favorite weapon in the game.
Any zombie game, though, shotgun's best.
Yeah, and then you get the grenade launcher. With Carlos, you start with a machine gun and a pistol.
Oh, okay.
But he's got a different, rather than a dodge, he's got like a shoulder barge, so you can knock him over. So that he gets a different type.
Do you feel like one of them handles better than the other?
I like Jill better, but it feels more of a struggle for Jill because like Carlos has a machine gun and it's just easier to take him out with.
Yeah.
I'd say he's more trained, but is he though? Because she's a star, so I don't know. But he's got more weapons to his available to him. So it's like he's because he brought him with him. Whereas, you know, she just had a pistol when she was.
I feel like in 2, Claire just felt better to play as than Leon.
Yeah, she had better weapons.
I don't know if it was I don't know. She just felt easier to maneuver as well. I don't know if that's like a.
I preferred playing through Claire's story because I played it through that first when I played 2, and I prefer playing as Claire. But that's just me. You like obviously Leon.
No, I like Leon as Leon is my favorite game character, but I feel like in 2, I preferred playing as Claire. I preferred her gameplay better. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
To be fair, you don't play as Carlos in this new one that
long.
Yeah, it's not like half. It's mainly Jill. But his bits are, I'd say, some of the best bits of the game because of where you go and what you do.
I'm tempted to knock this out tomorrow.
You should. It's very, very good. You will love it. If you really like 2, regardless of whether it's...
Of course I do.
But you love 2 gameplay-wise, regardless of whether we've got Leon in or not, right?
Mate, when it arrived, I didn't leave the house for like 3 days.
So if you love that style of gameplay, you'll love this one because it's the same. It's just a bit more faster paced and more action based. But I feel like you're going to prefer that. It's like less horror-y, there's still jump scares and stuff, but it's not. I jumped about 3 times throughout the whole game.
Was it the nemesis busting out the wall in front of you?
To be fair, most of them was because I opened a door, saw a zombie in there, counted the zombies, walked out, made sure I was ready, walked back in, and the zombie somehow happened to be behind the door as I opened it. So they just come around the corner to get a shit out of me. So there's a few times where that's happened, but it never just scared me once. But I kind of in these because it's a really it feels like you're playing for a B-rated action movie.
Yeah,
and you know where these scares are coming. You know what I mean?
When you see a big space in the wall and you're like, I know he's going to bust through there.
You know how when we played 2, there was like holes in the wall and you're like, oh, that's where the nemesis has been, kind of thing. Yeah. Well, not necessarily. There's those holes get explained.
Oh.
Ways, and I was like, oh, that's clever.
I thought it was the nemesis because of how big they were.
And me.
So
some of them are, but not all of them.
Okay.
Specific ones that you'd remember, not necessarily. But yeah.
Okay.
It was very good, a very enjoyable experience. Now, what do we want to talk about next? Do you want to do Animal Crossing now, Kate?
I can do, because I don't really have much to say about it, to be honest.
Okay. Ooh.
Ooh.
Is that a bad thing?
No, it's good.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it. I played from the day it released, I would say up until the end of the month. I poured a lot of hours into it, and now I'm kind of. It's becoming more of a chore to play for me personally. I'm kind of I want to play it, but I kind of now I go on and do what I got to do. I come off, I play something else. So people are loving it, and it's a good game, and it's nice, and it looks pretty. There's certain things, there's certain mechanics that I think there's a lot of things in it. I'm just like, why did they choose to do it like that? Because it's so annoying.
Is it like when you're resource mining, you can only pick up one at a time?
Stuff like that. You think it'd be like a collect all button. Yeah. You're when you hit the rocks, you get pushed back, and it's like you have to keep walking forward. People are like, "Oh, dig a hole behind you so you don't get pushed back." It's like, no, why don't they just not that? Little tiny things that are not really that bad, but then when you're playing it constantly and you're experiencing them constantly, you're like, why did they choose to put this in the game? Why do that? And it is annoying to the tools breaking is really annoying too. Because if you're going to you're kind of I know there's going to be gold versions of all the tools because I'm sure there was in previous games, but it's just I don't know. It's really good, and I'm really enjoying it, and I do want to keep playing it. But I think it could be a lot more polished.
Is it a lot I've heard it's like a mobile game in time, in the sense that you go on, you do your bit. Kind of gets to stuff where you can't do anymore, and then you come off.
Yeah, 100%.
How long would you say each session is though when you jump on?
So what I've been doing, because unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, I am classed as a key worker, so I am still going to work, so I'm not having as much time as other people are to play this game.
Yeah.
So I jump on, I will go around the island, I'll dig up all the fossils for the museum, I will check what Timmy and Tommy have in the shop, I will check the Nook stuff so I can get my Nook miles, and I'll check what they have for sale too. Check for the message in the bottle on the beach. Sometimes I'll sell my flowers or I'll sell my fruit, whatever, depending on what I'm trying to do. I've started to build like bridges and inclines now, so but you can only build one of them at the same time. I'm starting to move villagers up to where I want the houses now. I know which villagers I want to keep. But all this kind of stuff, anything you do that move, like people moving, building the inclines, any project has you put a spot down for it. You either get the resources, get the bells, whatever you need to do for it, it's built the next day. So you have to wait for the next day to see it. Villagers coming in is a lot slower.
It is I
need to get rid of my villagers.
It can be a frustrating game because if you're not willing to put the time in, then you've lost it. That's it.
The Bunny Day event, the first hour, I was like, oh, this is really cool. Like, it's all changed. And now I'm sick of it. Like, everything I'm digging up, it's an egg. I'm like, I'm fishing, it's an egg. I'm like, I'm sick of it.
Why is there eggs under the sea?
Because there's this
so many memes.
This weird bunny called Zipper, and it's got a zip on its back, so I'm assuming it's something inside a bunny suit. I don't know. It's very scary. I was not a fan. And he's brought this event to the island, so you got to collect all the eggs and you make things from it. If you can make everything from the collection, he will give you a special prize. That's the one thing I do like it. I do like the DIY recipes. I think that's really cool. I'm enjoying that. I don't time travel, so my island's pretty basic. But like I like when you see something, you think, oh, if I make that, I can put this over here, and then you start like to build up little areas on your island. That's really cute. I've gone crazy with my flowers. I've put flowers everywhere. I just need some of my villagers. I don't like to move out because they're annoying me, and I don't want them there. And I've tried to like grab them out, and they won't leave. So. Like, it's really good, and if you've got the time to pour into it, I'm sure like you'll really, really enjoy it. But I think when you've only got a tiny bit of time, it gets a bit frustrating.
I can imagine having it being like where you just jump in a little bit each day. Like that's good if you want to try and play other games at the same time. You're not like it's not one of those where you've just got to stick to one thing.
Yeah. Because really, like you're as busy on that game as you make yourself to be. Like, no one's telling you what to do. Like, if you want to go and work on something, you can. It's you got time. The seasons change, so the bugs change. The fish. I don't know about fish. I only tend to keep getting the same fish. I think there's like there's a few maybe that will change. Like, I know there's some that's disappeared because the seasons have changed. The months change. Like, I've got cherry blossom trees now. I'm getting a lot of cherry blossom furniture, which I'm really enjoying.
There are different. The fish do change when it changes because there's only certain winter fish. But I think if you go to different islands, like the seasonal animals will appear. From what I've heard, I've only played a few hours of the game. I've not completely got into it because I've just been terraforming my island to hell to get it out where I want it.
The Nook mile thing, the Nook mile tickets are really frustrating because I've used so many, and I go on all different times of the day, and I use my tickets, and I get taken to an island that's got cherries and pansies, and I've already got them. That's what's on my island from the start, and it's annoying me that no matter how many times I'm using these tickets, I'm not getting any new fruit. And I know a lot on some of the Facebook groups, a lot of people are having this complaint, like, why am I getting taken to these same islands over and over and over again? When they're meant to be like procedurally generated, they're not. Because there's an island with a pond, like a heart-shaped pond in the middle. There's an island with like a spiral. Like when you go there, you're like, oh, I've been here before. So I don't know. And apparently, there's nothing. They're saying, there's nothing that influences it, like time of day or anything. So why have I gone to like Cherry Island about 7,000 times?
I feel like there's not that many islands. Like there really isn't. I've done it 5
apples,
times.
Cherries and peaches, and I've got coconuts, but I haven't got pears or oranges.
I can't even get.
And I don't have
pictures.
online.
I've done 5 different islands, and I found 4 of them have been the exact same.
That's what I'm saying. It's a lie. What's the truth? Nook, what is the truth?
Have you played it like online? Have you gone to other people's places, Sam?
I've done it once because my niece has it, and that is fun. That bit is one of the best parts of the games, where you can just go to someone's island and help them out a bit. It is nice to see, but I still think having 2 different switches to have a different island is very limiting.
That's stupid.
Very limiting.
You know, when you go
what
to
happens
other
if you get a
island,
new switch? What happens then?
Isn't it on the game?
I don't know. I think it is on the game card. I think it just carries over. I don't, because there's no inbuilt memory in on the Switch. I don't think.
Well, there's some, and then it's done by the memory cards.
Yeah, but I think you can choose. So if you get it on the SD card, then it will carry over.
Okay.
If you go to somebody else's island, do your tools still break?
Yes.
Oh, that's so annoying.
Can you imagine you break your tools because you're helping someone else? It's not even doing anything for you.
I've got the tailor shop now, which is pretty cool. I'm enjoying that. That's cool. I've seen Flick, is it? I can't remember. I've seen the one who was the bug, like he does the bug catching competition. Well, not really. Like you catch a bug and he'll buy it off you for a ridiculous price.
Yeah.
I've seen like I can't even remember what he is. Is he like a gopher or something? I cannot remember.
I don't know.
Saw him the other night for like 2 seconds because I went on really late after work.
To be fair, I've seen some of the animals in there. They don't look
competitions. And that's pretty cool. Like if he'll go like, oh, catch 3 of these kind of fishes, or like catch 3 small fish, and that's pretty cool. That's interesting. There is a lot going on. Like I have seen a lot of like visitors around. I've got a few new animals, little islanders, but I still have not found Bob yet, and I'm not happy about that situation.
You even wearing a hat with Bob on.
My Bob hat.
You get him eventually.
So I'm enjoying it, but I'm not like. I think it's because I don't have that long to play. I feel like I'm just getting a bit frustrated with it.
Yeah.
But it's definitely good. It's worth it if you just want to chill. It's a good game to chill on.
Yeah. I can imagine a lot of people just want to chill right now. So that might be a good one.
It does not become much more.
It's a game with a very certain market though. It's only going to appeal to certain people. But I feel like it is going to improve. It's a game that they will improve over and over again as more stuff gets added. They'll add new features, blah blah. But I don't think it's a game where it will be DLC locked. I think you'll get the stuff for free.
I think they'll be
free. No, they're not going to charge.
Everyone's using the same world, aren't they?
Yeah. In fact, they'll improve over it. I think, because there's loads of people playing it, so they'll be enough power cry. They will change the bad stuff, and it'll get better over time.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Falling.
You're knocking your thing.
No, my thing is falling off. Yeah, so it's good.
Cool.
It's good. I've got like little frustrations with it, but it's just because I'm limited for time, so things are like niggling away at me.
Yeah. Cool.
I don't really have much else to say. Like, we're vibing, as the meme suggests.
I've seen a lot of memes for this game.
I love memes.
And I'm loving the fact that you can make your own designs, and people are just drawing like Bob Ross,
froggy chairs,
anything. Just like
my town flag is the froggy chair. I've got froggy dresses based off the froggy chair. I made Mulan's dress. I made my N7 hoodie. What else did I make? It's the like design parts of it are they're very good. They're very easy to use.
Yeah.
Which I was heavily surprised about because I thought it would be a bit finicky. Yeah. But it's a game for kids, but game for everyone. But they have made it.
You can't use the codes things unless you've got online.
Yeah. I do
which is a bit like.
So you can't import, because I'm hearing you can import actual pictures. You can't do that online.
But so when you get Able Sisters, there's like a kiosk in the back, and you maybe kiosk isn't the right word. Like a thing in the back. You click on it, and it's like, oh, this is where you can import everyone's designs. And I was like, cool. If you've got a Nintendo Online, I'm like,
maybe you should just get a Nintendo.
I kind of like twist my arm. My Switch is an Animal Crossing machine. I don't play on my Switch other than that. I'm not going to pay to visit someone every like 20 years on Animal Crossing. Absolutely not. I'm afraid.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sorry,
but
Nintendo.
It doesn't feel like it holds you back much not having online.
I'm a control freak, right, over my island. And I don't like the idea of somebody else coming along and like being able to do stuff to my island. I'm a bit like, I don't want anyone on my island.
I've restarted my island 4 times because I've done something wrong, and I've done it so much. I'm like, no, it's okay. So I'm currently on Kettle Island.
I wanted cherries, and I got cherries, so I was very happy about that. And I got pansies, and I do love pansies, so I was happy about that too.
Yeah, the flowers and faces, I'm right.
Yeah.
I've yet to find oranges, and I'm very upset.
I got no oranges. I got no pears. I know everyone in the Animal Crossing community hates pears, but I don't have any on my island. I got some bamboo though.
Fair enough.
Nice. Yeah, so that's Animal Crossing.
That's it, man. I got nothing else to tell you, man. You just chill with some animals and build occasionally, man. I can't tell you no more than that.
If you have kids, though, it is the perfect game. Like, it generally is. It's just the needing 2 switches to play it is kind of annoying. But then
so you can't have like a family like switch where you can play.
No, not really.
And you can only have like 1 island. So
it's
not even like you can have like you can't even have your own personal island.
Yeah,
I'd hate that. I'm glad I'm an only child.
Yeah, can you imagine, like, if you're like a parent and you make like island perfect, and then your kids just go and mess it up.
Well, my brother-in-law plays it and he loves it, but he has 2 kids and they all want an island each, but they've only got 1 Switch. So what this? If it had different saves, then that'd be amazing. But
like no children, it's an 18 rated plus game that you cannot play. That's what I would tell my kids. I'd be like, I'm sorry, mate, you're not old enough to play this game. That's why I don't have kids.
Got dangerous cats in it. Capitalism. Evil Tom Nook.
Tom Nook, yeah.
It's all about taxes. You won't like this.
Once you pay your tax, you can play this game.
But like, moving on from Animal Crossing to a game that's like it came out the same day, and everyone kind of like married them together with Isabel and the Doom guy. The Doom memes are funny with the whole mixture of Isabel and Doom guy.
It's amazing.
When Doom guy's doing his flowers, and he's like rip and tear.
And the Doom game is heavily memeified as well. There's so many.
Yeah.
So many.
It is really good, the Doom Eternal. Like I didn't expect it to be much better than Doom 2016, but it is a hell of a lot better.
It's my favourite Doom game. I've played nearly all of them. Never been into Doom before. I just played it because it was something to do. But this one is probably one of my favourite games. I absolutely love it. I think I haven't even got that far in.
I've finished it, and I'll tell you what, the gameplay loop for that game is just like it's a hard game. Like, it's not easy at all. Like, it's a very, very hard game. But whenever you die, it always feels, you always know why. You always know what you did wrong. Because there's like the whole loop of you glory kill to get health from enemies, you chainsaw them to get ammo, and you use the flame belt, which is basically a big flamethrower, to get armor. And basically, if you keep doing that in like a loop, you keep yourself alive through getting all that shit from other people, from the demons. And when you die, you're like, well, I didn't have enough armor, or I didn't do this enough. For like,
there's always a reason.
And you sometimes when you don't even think about it because you're just panicking about how many demons there are around you. but yeah,
it's a very unforgiving game if you're not prepared, which I love because I like hard games. Even on normal though, I keep dying a lot, and I like that because then I have to learn what I'm doing. But Doom's always been like that, and I'm glad they've carried it on. It's not pussyfooting around it. They just
It's if anything, I find it harder than Doom 2016, the last one before.
It was definitely.
Yeah, and there's some bosses in that game which I died a good 25 times in a row.
Yeah, they're the ones I keep dying on. Yeah. It's either helpful armor or just stuff like that. It is incredibly. It is just an awesome game. It's my favourite game of the year so far. I think it's come out yet, but it's my favourite game.
But like, there's like the soundtrack to that game as well. When you're in the moment, killing all the demons, and it's just playing like heavy rock music. I think that's really, really like it gets you right in the mood, and you feel like a badass.
It is Norwegian rock in a game. That's all it is.
Say again, Sam, because you kind of cut out.
Oh, sorry. It is the game. The gameplay is very Halo-like, just the way you move and it feels.
Yeah.
You can feel the weight behind every punch, every hit. You can feel the recoil. You get a sense of how powerful he is.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to say about Doom was like the addition of like a proper story, as opposed to before where it was just like you don't really get much story. With this one, you get a massive like story drop about like the lore and everything, and I think that's really cool.
And there's a lot of questions as well, which I enjoyed because I like a good story in a game. It helps the gameplay, I feel.
Yeah, because you feel like there's a reason you're doing stuff. You're not just shooting demons for no reason.
It's a game where it balances it very well because I feel like they focus mostly on the gameplay, but they haven't. They put the effort into the story. Well, the story is very simple, but it explains everything you need to know.
Yeah, and you feel like there's a reason that you're there to kill those demons, as opposed to where in the one before I kind of feel like I'm just killing demons for no reason. Whereas this, you know why you're there, what you do, what your objective is, I suppose.
Was the old one 2016?
Yeah, 2016.
Yeah. That one was very much just a newer version of the older games where it was like kill, murder. That's all you got to do.
But interesting, like this one had a lot of like lore from like the things you pick up that you can read that explain like the backstory of the Doom guy, and the demons and hell and all that. And it actually said like all the previous Dooms are still canon to this game. It's not like a full-on reboot. And I think that's
what about the movie?
That's never canon.
We don't talk about the movie.
That's one of my favourite movies. I love that movie.
I didn't even know there was a movie until like a week ago.
It's so bad.
It's trash, and I absolutely love it. It's amazing. It's got Carl Urban in it, so obviously like
it's surprisingly like a lot of it's accurate as well to some of the story, which is weird. But it's just a terribly acted movie, apart from maybe Carl Urban, who can.
Carl Urban's a good. Leave Carl Urban alone.
Who's the actor from it again?
Carl Urban, The Rock.
Yeah, The Rock's terrible.
Okay, there you go.
Who's the girl in it?
I don't know. I know her face, but I can't remember her name.
Yeah, it'll come to me in a bit.
But I think in Doom Eternal, with all the amount of guns you've got as well, I think that's really good. There's a very big variety, and you need them all, really.
Yeah.
Like I'm never like you can't just use the same gun not constantly because it won't work for you. Because there's a lot of enemies that are like they have weak points and they're weak to certain like guns as well.
The game punishes you for being a casual. Like you can't just stick to one thing.
Yeah,
you've got to be flexible. You've got to be flexible.
You can't just button mash.
And you can't you can't stand still either. And ever you've got to keep moving constantly because if you stand still, you're fucked because they will surround you.
No part of the game is the same. Like even if you're on one level, you're not constantly doing the same tricks all around the map. Like you've got to constantly adapting. Which I love about that. Yeah. Like
there's like these little, I don't know what they're called. They're like spider legs and they've got the guns on the top of them. They have like this. You can shoot their gun off on the top of them, but you have to do it with like either like a grenade or like a kind of like a sniper rifle. But like there's some guns that are like work a lot easier against certain foes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. And there's two different type of grenades. There's like an ice grenade and a normal grenade. I barely use the normal grenade. I use the ice grenade all the time because you can just freeze them.
Close them down. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's things where you can get little perks where you freeze them, and then as you're doing damage to them while they're frozen, a lot of health comes out of them. Like that kind of thing. It kind of you get all the perks and all the upgrades that you can get actually genuinely help you do stuff throughout the game, like and keep you alive, which I think is really cool. And by the end of that game, you feel like an absolute badass. Like you feel like a badass for the majority of the game, but like at the end, you are a god.
Well, no spoiler, but yeah.
But like you absolutely destroy people. It's amazing. It's an amazing.
It is a good game.
If you want to feel like a badass, play Doom Eternal.
Did you find it a particularly long game?
longer than I expected it to be.
Yeah, I thought you could gnash out in a few hours. I really thought I could, but
no.
If you're not dying every 5 minutes, it's even then, like it's still quite a long game.
I'd say if you never died, which is never going to happen in Doom.
No, never.
If you never died, I'd say you probably get it done in like 8 to 10 hours. But
yeah, even that's
still generally long for it. But it took me a good 30 hours to complete, and that's quite long for a first-person shooter campaign game. Like,
yeah, that's also how would you what genre would you class it in? Because I keep classifying it as a platformer.
There is a hell of a lot of platforming in it now. You feel like Mario, but just first person.
Yeah, no, literally.
But Mario. And some of the bits in between the fights with the platforming were a bit annoying.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's hard to tell where you're jumping when it's in first person because you can't see your feet, so you don't know where you're landing.
You were doing a massive little jump.
Yeah.
I get that.
Some of it's difficult, but if you die from that, it only takes a little bit of health from you, for instance, so it's not like that annoying. But it's just when you keep dying at the same point, you're just like, fuck's sake, because you can't make the jump, and you got to figure out
how did you find the controls? Because we played at EGX. How did you find controls from how we played at EGX and the actual full release?
Feels a lot smoother in the full release.
Yeah, it does.
And I think you feel a lot faster, which is good in a Doom game. You want that.
Well, when we played that thing, I struggled so much. I couldn't do anything. You guys finished it. Kay wasn't even interested, and she got further than I did. And but now this new release, it is a full fleshed out game, and it is a lot better.
Yeah. It's one of my games of the year this year.
Yeah, so far.
I don't know whether we'll win it, but because Cyberpunk might come out.
Cyberpunk.
If it does actually come out. I hope that doesn't get delayed. Because so many games have been delayed.
Asleep. Someone mentioned Cyberpunk.
Mate, I can't wait for the romance options.
Mate, that's all me and Sam play games for, genuinely.
It is. Oh, sorry, I meant to do.
Oh, no, no.
No, Cyberpunk. The only thing I've been searching for Cyberpunk is romance options. I'm a loser. I'm sorry.
Who's the best romance game? The best romance in a game you've ever had? Sam, go.
It's got to be Liliana from Mass Effect.
Okay. Yes.
From Dragon Age.
I mean, it's very right. Yeah. I know what he meant.
I meant Liara.
Liara. Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, to be fair, if you played it from start to finish, including all DLCs, she is the one where you've got the most story with.
Yeah.
And I think she is, like, I know there's no canon in Mass, but she is default and canon romance because I'm a basic white boy, which I always go for. Them. Apart from Cullen, she's fit as fuck.
I was gonna say I'm the basic too, and Colin was my favourite. I love Garrus. Obviously, Garrus is best boy.
Gary.
From Mass Effect, obviously, but in Dragon Age, it's all about Cullen. It's all about Cullen. I'm sorry.
I can't date Garrus because he is bro dude to me.
You're bro, and yeah.
He's like my mate.
That's how I felt at first.
Then we fell in love. Anyway, I think we got to Mass Effect.
Yeah, that's Doom. Doom was very, very good.
Very good.
It's one of the best first-person shooter campaigns I've ever played. The only one I'd say is probably better than it is Wolfenstein 2. But that's by a similar, both Bethesda, and they're both very similar in style. So
they are very similar. It feels similar even.
But yeah,
just a bulk.
I tell you what, Bethesda tend to do very good first-person shooters.
That's the only thing they do good.
Yeah, at the moment, currently, yeah. I mean, yeah, these games actually work. It makes a change. Because it's not actual Bethesda touching them. It's this.
So what you're saying is you're going to remake Skyrim, but put guns in it.
First-person shooter.
That's Fallout.
Yeah,
don't joke.
That's all I'm hearing. Like.
No, that's Fallout.
Yeah, that's
basically. I know, but like they're gonna take away the Fallout skin, and just gonna leave the Skyrim there
with the guns.
Like
put it on your fridge.
It just works.
It just works, bro. Chris is dead.
You gotta explain that joke now.
Chris's dad is the guy that makes Fallout 76.
It's not really.
Well, you want his jacket.
It's
his jacket.
I like his jacket, and then suddenly that happened to make it. Apparently, he's my dad. I look up to him. So
you do.
Even though he ruined a lot of games, but still, he has a nice jacket.
You're one of the sinners that actually bought that game. Even
So
though it was a $5. No.
Yeah, she did. She told me yesterday you bought it.
I did buy it.
We both bought it for a $5.
You outed me. Oh,
me and Nathan had fun on that game. Me and Nathan had fun on that game playing together.
Shame on you.
We should go back to it and see if it's good.
We just we didn't do anything good. We just just messed around for a bit of fun. It was fun.
If you are a racist and you like class warfare, it is perfect.
Yeah, that's a thing in it now. No, with the Fallout First thing, people are like, whoever bought the Fallout First thing, people are going to anyone who didn't are fighting them, and they're making class warfare in Fallout.
What?
Yeah, that's a thing. So anyone who bought the premium stuff, everyone's targeting them because it tells people that they've bought it. So everyone's trying to kill them in the game. I think it's over now. I think the war is over now. It was a thing that happened.
We got more in
Fallout 76 in the dark times.
In the dark time.
We're all live action role playing the Division right now, so we got more important things to worry about.
Masks and everything.
That's our next big game we need to play, the Division.
Yeah, we need to jump into the DLC. Definitely, we've got it.
I've had nothing.
Time we can all play together. Yeah, same. It's one of those is it too close to home now though?
No, The Division 2 is one of the best games ever. I love that game.
I really like that game.
I agree with it. I don't know why I love it, because if you look at it at a standing point, it is not a good looking game. The controls are janky. There's so many bugs, but it is so fun to play.
That's Ubisoft. That's just generally Ubisoft.
There aren't many Ubisoft games I actually like. Anthem. Oh no, that's not Ubisoft.
It was based off one basically though.
We don't say that name. It's cursed. It's a cursed name.
We paid full price for that.
Yeah, we did. I think a lot of people did, and they all got burned.
Disgusting.
Absolutely disgusting. Oh.
Should we talk a little bit about Call of Duty Warzone? Yeah.
I love that game.
Where are you dropping, Lance?
Every night we drop on that game. Always TV station, apparently. Always TV station or hospital, that's generally where we go. We never go
do you actually drop? I was taking them out of you, but
drop out of a plane. Not a plane.
It's a battle royale, isn't it? But we always play the plunder mode, which is
literally
battle royale, really. Yeah.
It's a battle royale, but we try playing the battle royale, and it's just it's not fun because as soon as you die, you just gotta wait. If you don't get out of the gulag, that is. That's the one thing, good addition to the battle royale, is that you can go to the gulag, which is a prison, and you fight 1v1 someone else to try and see who gets back out into the map.
That's pretty cool.
You are naturally good at that bit.
That's the one bit of battle royale which I'm good at in the game. The rest of it.
Although with a recent update, you can throw rocks. People can watch you and throw rocks at you in the gulag. They actually hurt you now.
Oh no! So their team could damage you while you're in a fight.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not good. That's the one good addition to battle royale that they've made. No other battle royale's done it. And
it's very different.
Yeah,
it's very different. It's my favorite battle royale by far.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I like Apex. I'm not a big fan of Fortnite. I played PUBG back in the day, but that's dead now.
It's always been dead.
Apex I really, really enjoyed when I played it, but I just never got back to it.
No.
And now with this one, it's really, really fun. But we don't even play the battle royale mode. Really, we play what's now called Blood Money.
I'm not a usual COD bro.
No, neither am I.
The main reason why I love this battle royale is the weapon customization.
Yeah.
More than any of it's probably the game where it has the most weapon customization. I love it. Absolutely love it. There's so many different ways to play it.
Change scopes, change nozzles and stuff. Anything on your gun, you want a suppressor or anything like that, and they all change your stats and stuff. And you can have whatever combination of guns you want, different perks, stuff like that, and you can basically cater to whatever you feel is your strength.
The only qualms I have about the game, even though it's free, is if you want the packs, the add-on guns or the battle pass, very expensive. Very expensive.
Which, I mean, if it's free, they gotta make the money somewhere. It makes sense.
but the battle pass is around £8, but that's £8. I think they only last a month.
Yeah, no, I think it's 3 months.
Is it 3 months?
What?
But then you've got all the add-on guns, which at minimum you are paying £8 for. Some of them go up to 30.
Yeah, I think you unlock a bunch of those.
So you pay, so you can pay to win in that game.
No, because
sort of. No, sort of, because
they're
some of
not
the guns
necessarily
are
that
a bit powerful.
much better. You can unlock guns as you go. It just takes longer.
It is a hard one. But you unlock them very quickly though.
Yeah, and you're never really at a disadvantage as long as you're working as a team. It's a 3-player one. So it's like, as long as you've got a good team, you tend to do pretty well. I mean, we do well. We're not FPS pros, are we? I wouldn't say so.
We are. We totally are.
Oh, we are, yeah.
But it's also like, you can have let's say you've got a gun you want to level up, but you're not very good at it. You just having that gun, you level it up very fast. You don't if you get kills, it levels up faster. But as long as you have that gun, you will always guarantee a level for it.
Yeah,
so fair enough.
And there's cars and vehicles as well, so that adds an extra dynamic.
See, that would be what I would preferred weapon of choice, because when I played Hardline with Jamie, I would drive around like in a circuit running people over, and he would do the shooting, and we just got so many kills doing it like that.
You should jump on it with us. It's good.
We refer to UK as a Rob.
Yeah, Rob does that a lot.
Rob knows
helicopter blades.
Yeah, he got like 4 or 5 kills in one match with helicopter blades.
Fair enough.
Also, we just drove about, not even intending to kill. We laid out like 2 teams by accident.
Yeah, see, I like running people over in those kind of games. It's an effective method.
Yeah.
It is. But in the fight
really fast. It's one
kill. You do, yeah. And it's annoying when you see someone coming at you in a car. You're like, well, I'm dead. Unless like the other day when I had a grenade launcher and saved their asses, it blew up right in front of me. I was like, thank God.
They are avoidable. You just have to get on like a bit of scaffolding and they can't hurt you, so it is avoidable.
Yeah,
like,
or get behind one of those really tiny fences that somehow can't go through. But you get a lot of tense moments in that game.
Yeah. Oh, it's so frustrating at times. I've never been more angry. I think I've just aged like 3 years just because of that game.
But like the game mode we play, the aim of the game is to get as much money as possible. First one to 1 million wins the game.
Well,
there's overtime, and then it's whoever's got the most money.
All the money and that, like that. At that point, it is just a free for all.
Yeah. But like you get money by killing people, finding them in like buildings and stuff like that. But we tend to get like first or second up to the overtime, and then it just fucking goes downhill because we either get killed with a bunch of money on us, or it's just like we go after too many people. Yeah, because if you get you end up being first just before overtime, you can't just keep first because people will just try and gain money all the time.
Literally.
You gotta always be constantly trying to get money. That's the only way to win that game. But
it is.
We've been close a few times, literally. It's a fun mode because you got to call down helicopters to drop off the money, and that's where people you can target those areas, so you know where people are going to go and snipe them down or whatever. It's good. It's very, really fun, and the gunplay it feels as good as any other Call of Duty.
Oh,
it's like the best gunplay you'd ever.
I wouldn't know.
I've played past Call of Duty stories, and I used to play Call of Duty way back in the day.
COD bro.
Yeah.
Not quite a COD bro. I don't own the game like Rob.
You drink Monster with the
No, I don't.
Wrong.
No, I jest.
But
I don't judge.
The gunplay feels very, very good.
It's very, very least Call of Duty game though. Like if you hate Call of Duty, you can still play this game.
Yeah. It doesn't necessarily. You don't feel like you're in a Call of Duty necessarily.
No, yeah.
To me, it feels more like a Battlefield because the map's massive. Yeah. But Battlefield had its own battle royale and it failed. So, but the fact that it's free, and it's kind of like an add-on to Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which I had on Xbox. I borrowed it from Corey, but my stuff carries over as well, which is really cool. So we play on Xbox, play on PlayStation. It's all cross-platform, so you can play with anyone on any console, and your weapons carry over, which is the best thing.
This feels to me that it's replaces zombies Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Because they love their zombie modes, don't they?
Zombie it's still on Modern Warfare.
Yeah, but this is their new. This is the thing they're gonna.
I feel like, from what I'm hearing, they're gonna release a Call of Duty as they always have done every October, and then in the spring after that, a Battle Royale or whatever we call it, Warzone for that game is going to come out.
Yeah.
Apparently. So
skip a gun.
We're going to get a free Call of Duty Battle Royale every year, by the sounds of it. I think that's too many Call of Duties. Like, there's already too many Call of Duties. We don't need that many.
I don't want them to release another Warzone though, because they are releasing guns and stuff on a constant basis. There is something new for that game nearly every day.
I think if it's a different Battle Royale, like if they do Call of Duty World War II again, or like set in World War II area, if it's a Battle Royale set in that area, that's fine. Like, I don't mind that. Different Warzone, because they have like Black Ops as well. If they did one for Black Ops,
different style. Just don't have mech suits and they'll be alright.
Yeah, never go that way again. Call of Duty.
Go backwards, not forward.
But yeah, is there anything else we want to talk about, or should we leave it there?
I've been playing Vampire the Masquerade. What's it called?
Not Cortez.
Courtiers of New York.
That's it.
I don't know. It's the Switch one. I don't know. It's very, very good. It's very interesting. It has gotten me hyped. Like, I saw the trailers and stuff and the announcements for the
new one.
Second game.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, looks good. I might play it. But after diving into this one and getting like the lore of the universe, I'm like, I need to play it. I need to go back and maybe play one.
So what kind of game is this one?
So the one on the Switch is like, I want to say like a Telltale sort of style, like a visual novel kind of thing.
Okay.
So you see like the backgrounds. There's not a lot of movement. Occasionally, like rain will trickle down the window, or like a car will go past and stuff. But it's not like fully animated. And at the start, you get the choice between three of the factions.
Yeah.
And I chose the middle one, like the Camilla, that are like high society kind of the rich
vampires.
Sort of, yeah. And so like you will have like your own story kind of thing, and you move through the game. You learn about your own factions. You learn about the other factions. You collect alloys. I can't like. I've been playing it a lot. It's a lot. I fully expect it to have finished the like campaign that I'm on by now, but it just keeps going.
Yeah.
So I'm very impressed with how long it is. It's addictive. When you get the choice, when you kind of get to free roam sort of thing, because at the start it's very linear. Like, you don't really do much, you don't really say much, but then it gets to a point where you're allowed to go out and do what you want sort of thing. And you have like the options of all these people you can approach to join your little like gang, and they have their own storylines, quests you can follow. There'll be like random ones pop up on the map.
Yeah.
And it's just like, if you're into like that kind of stuff, if you're into like vampire lore and everything, it's very, very interesting. It's like there's a subplot about like religion, and like the vampires. Some believe that like Cain was the first vampire, which is I thought that was really good.
Carry on.
Oh no. Like, he was the first vampire. Like, his punishment for killing his brother was to become a vampire. That sort of thing, which I thought that was really cool. There's just loads of really if you're into that kind of stuff, like if you're into the lore, like vampires in general, it's a really interesting game. Very fun. Definitely would recommend. Definitely, I want to know more about the universe.
Yeah.
I want
to set you up for the second one.
Yeah, I thought I'd like dip in and see if I liked it, but I need to know. I need to find out what happens with number one. I need to prepare for number two. Like, number two's not coming out until like December, if it does come out this year. And I'm like, I was sad. I was like, oh, I kind of wanted it sooner now that I'm like hyped for it. But no, it's really good. I'm really enjoying it. I'm gonna play it as soon as we're finished here.
The thing with the Vampire Masquerade though, there is so many game types for it. There is like a drop down Diablo kind of game
for
it. There is. It's not good. It's not very good. There's. I can't remember, but I think there's a card game.
Why'd you tell Kate that?
I can't remember though. It's old. It's very old.
Kate's going to look into it.
I think there is a puzzle game as well. But the 3D games, like the old the RPG games, that's where it shines. Like I have the old game. If you want to borrow it, Kate.
I want to play it.
It is worth it. You can easily get. It's one of those games where you can easily get a. You can get a controller for it, but it is insanely hard.
I can't believe how I know this novel kind of one. You kind of expect it. I kind of expected it to be a bit basic, but the snippets of the lore that I'm getting just in the spin-off one, I'm like, I need to know it all. I need to know everything about it.
They are very, very long games, and I know the first Vampire Masquerade, the PC one, it has more endings than any game I've ever played.
Wow.
There is so many more endings.
Died on my first playthrough of the one on the Switch. I tried to get I wouldn't say I got fresh, but so there's this guy. His name I cannot remember because nobody speaks. You have to read. And he's the sheriff. And he's all like, I'm a baseball fan, so I operate on a 3 strikes policy. 3 strikes, you're out. And I was like, what are you on about? And he's like, okay, that's your first strike. And I was like, whatever. So carried on. No, and it got to the point where I was put in front of the prince, who leads the Camilla and her court, and they were like, she should be executed, right? Because in this particular story, your sire bites you and leaves, and that's against the masquerade laws, and that's not allowed. So Reed and me both should have been given the true death. And so I'm there, and he's like, wow, it was nice knowing you and all that, but I guess I'm gonna have to cut your head off. And I was like, you're not gonna do it. Obviously you're not. We're so early in the game. Obviously, me and you got a thing going on. Obviously we're going to be best friends by the end of the game. You're not going to cut my head off. And then it was like,
there goes a head.
So he cut your head off. It's game over. And the credits started rolling. And I was like, oh. So I started again. You can skip through all the bits, if you just hold the button in, you skip through it all really quick to get back to where you need to be. And I ran myself in. I kept it I followed. I did what he told me to do. I didn't get no strokes, and I'm really far in the game now. But just the fact that knowing that happened, every time he's around, I'm like, I've come too far now. Don't kill me. He came to my house and we were having a nice little chat, and I was like, is this one of them things where if I'd say the wrong thing, I'm gonna get another game over? And I'm living in fear of game over now because I'm so far into this story. I need to see it to the end, but the fact that it was game over and it wouldn't let me reload.
Yeah,
that was. I was like, oh no.
That's the worst thing in a game if you've got some time to it.
If you're worried about that, then every game is like that. All of these games, you've got to watch what you say constantly.
There's 3 save slots, and I was like, oh yeah, so I'll do each story once. That's fine. But I'm however long into this one, and I'm already so I'm gonna play this one again, and I'm gonna try and do this one the next time, and I'm gonna see what happens if I do this. It's one of them games where I want to play it again loads of times, so I want to know what the other options are. I'm in too deep. It's become my obsession. I'm just I need to know. I'm very excited for the new one now.
The premise though of the prince and the sheriff and the way you start out is how most of them go. Every game there's a different prince, there's a different sheriff, and you're always a vampire that gets discarded by its master. It's living in that way. You're always a prisoner.
Oh, you're awake.
Hey, you're awake.
That's Skyrim.
That is so good. It's so good. Thing. It is. It's not. It's not Chris. It's not Chris. They're not the same at all. But it's okay. It's not the same.
Oblivion's just Skyrim with bad graphics.
Don't do that.
I'm joking.
I'm just oblivious with.
I don't even believe that myself.
I'm going to tell you, Dad.
So good.
I'm going to tell you, Dad.
I'm going to rob his jacket.
No.
I literally found that jacket on the internet once. It's expensive.
Oh, so it's not.
Well, he's got everyone's money to burn because everyone's bought a Skyrim about 12 times, so he's got
money
money in it.
Stick around.
Tell me sweet little lies.
No, I'm excited though. I can't wait for the new one. Sam's gonna hook me up with all the knowledge.
It's a very cult classic game.
Sam, next when we're allowed to physically see each other, we'll have to play this one on the Switch together.
Oh yeah. I plan to get it. I do plan to get it.
When we're finally allowed that outside.
I'm trying to I was like, Jake, I was like, I feel like you would like it. Like, see, go and have a look if you see if you like it, and I'll buy it for your birthday because I'm like, I need someone to talk to about this game.
I've met Jake once, or I've heard of Jake once, and yes, he would like it.
He would like it. Me and him like them kind of games. We played a load of them sort of like storybook ones together on PC. So I'm like, I need you to get it. I need you to know. But I'll definitely, if there's a card game, I want in on that too.
I will try and find
Still waiting for the League of Legends card game to drop as well. Where's that?
Oh no, they delayed it because of the virus.
This isn't fair.
Yeah.
Life's not fair.
It's like a month, so it should come out soon.
Is that the one you played at EGX? The
yeah.
one we couldn't
get you away from? It's the one where you and me were doing crap because apparently we were putting our cards on the board.
We were both on it as well. We were both trying to figure it out. Like
they were putting their cards sort of like the equivalent of like in their hand, but not actually on the playing board, and they were like wondering why nothing was happening.
No,
and I wasn't even them. I was just playing.
We did it,
and I was beating guy after guy after guy, getting like really far into the game. And I turned to them, and they were on the tutorial level, and I'm like, "Bro, you need to get a card on the board. Like, it needs to go there."
It's because
it worked the death mage.
Because we were both on the same PC. Because like there was no slots for 3 people, so I just jumped in with you guys. What? One of us had headphones, one of us could see what was going on, so we were just like I don't know what to do. We were trying to figure it out between the both of us, and it just wasn't working.
We just left. We left Kate at the daycare of the card game.
We got all the free stuff.
So good.
So
it was so good. I love card games. It's my niche.
Yeah, we need to play Yu-Gi-Oh together.
We do.
I'll be Yu-Gi-Oh.
I'm going to the loft and get my Harpy Lady deck out.
Bring it.
We will, yeah. We're gonna have to get them things on our arms as well.
You can't take the Mickey out of him because he's got a stutter when he says dual session.
You're so insensitive, Chris.
I know, Chris.
Yeah, but South Park is
that South Park game, and they do a parody like that.
They do.
But yeah, shall we leave it there, guys?
I haven't played anything else apart from those 2 games, so I've got nothing else.
Me and Sam have dabbled a tiny bit in Bleeding Edge. Simply, it feels better than the beta did.
I should hope
so.
Also, Kate, you haven't played it yet, but like you no longer need to read a guide to learn how to play a character. You can pick a character and you'll get the gist of it quite straight away now. But we can't explain why.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out why as well, and you can catch up with people, which can figure out how.
Yeah, the slowness was my biggest issue.
I think different characters have, how like you have a dash. I think different characters have a different amount of dashes now. So like the attack characters have like 2, but like the tank has 3, so the tank can catch up with a attack character or something like that. I don't know, but like I think that's what it is. But it plays and feels a lot better.
They have very different dashes because, like the Genji, I call him Genji, the paint dude, he can go further with his dash than any other person.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
I can't remember the name of the character I played. I played like the healer with like the staff.
Yeah,
staff lady.
The Horizon Zero Dawn looking lady, like I call her.
Yeah, she was pretty cool. I played as her. I enjoyed playing as her. And towards the end of the game, because I was getting mad at how slow I was, I played as the lady who's like she's like attached to like a wheel.
Oh yeah.
And can she spin that thing around?
The punk lady.
You mean jiggly boobs?
Yeah. She's got like a
dance where she just dances.
An emote where she just does this.
Shimmy.
It's like, all right, someone's worked on boob physics. Someone animated that. But it's fun. It's fun. I wouldn't be playing it all day. It's not one of those ones.
It's not a hard game now either. Like, there's a certain character where it says it's advanced, but like it's not. They're not. Yeah. You can pick them up and play them.
And if you've got, it's one of those games where you need at least two people.
Team. Yeah.
You need a team. You're sorted basically. Yeah.
Which is a downside to it because you need friends, but.
Got each other, guys. It's fine.
You can't just carry like the greatest game known to man, Overwatch.
Yeah. Like mine and Sam's back. We need a chiropractor because we just carry the team.
Pillar of the community.
It's definitely me now. I don't know what should be dying. I was shocking.
It's okay though because me and Sam are good, so it balances out.
It's fine.
You don't need to be good. You're just our mascot. We'll make you look pretty, and then like you just like cheerleader on the stage.
It makes me win games, so it's fine.
You can hold our beer. But yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it. Bit of a different setup than usual today, but obviously because of lockdown, that's got to happen. Hopefully, it turns out all right when I check the recording.
If not, I'm just that's Animal Crossing time and Vampire Masquerade time waited.
It should be all right. It says it's still recording, so that's good.
Tester.
Whether it's like this when we next do it, who knows?
I hope not. I want to go outside.
But we'll, hopefully we get to go outside soon because I am slowly going insane.
I've already gone insane. Like,
did you start off insane though?
Rude.
Kate, he's been rude to me again.
Chris, don't be rude to Sam.
He knows.
Yeah, Chris. that's not straight.
But yeah. We'll see you next time, guys. If you like the video, leave a like and possibly subscribe, and let us know in the comments what your thoughts are on the games that we've played and whether you agree with us or not.
And if you know how to get rid of villagers in Animal Crossing for good, please let me know. I want them gone. I want Fuchsia and Anacati out of my village, out of my island.
And if you can tell her how to import Bob.
How do we deport people? How do we
I don't want to buy amiibo cards.
Turning into Donald Trump.
How do we build a wall around the...
But yeah, we'll see you next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.
If you like that video and want to see more like it, then click this playlist button here. If you happen to want to subscribe to us and check out all our content, then click this amazing sexy button right here. Look how enticing it is. You know you want to click it. And if you're already subscribed to us, well then you are already an awesome human being.